So I've been thinking a lot about how we confuse our gut with emotions. And when it comes to making decisions, especially critical ones, that's when it becomes very, very dangerous. All right. I mean, everyone talks about trusting your gut, and I'm a big believer in trusting your gut, but nobody defines what that actually is. Okay. Because not everything you feel is your gut. Okay. Things like pressure, fear, ego, urgency, all these things are responses. Okay, they're emotional responses, emotional feelings. But in that moment, if you make that decision, it's not a gut feel. It feels like it in the time, but it's not. So what we're doing is we're reacting. And that can be dangerous. That's where the danger is, because something happens that I like to call proactive overreaction. Okay. And that's, when we anticipate and we project and we assume, and then we act based on these things, not based on logic or facts or anything like that. And we're responding and reacting to something that's not from a clear head. All right. For example, a competitor does something, or the market shifts, or what have you, like anything like that, and then all of a sudden we call it being decisive, but all it really is reaction in a suit and tie. All right. So let's separate them clearly. Okay. We've got emotion, gut, logic, those sorts of things. Emotion is you feel immediate, it's loud, it's reactive, and it's attached to an outcome directly. All right. Logic is much more structured. It's more computer like. It's slower. It can justify anything you want, and sometimes not necessarily justify things correctly, but it can justify. And that's where your gut comes in, because your gut is quiet, it's consistent, and it doesn't rush you. Okay. And it doesn't need to prove itself. Okay. But here it is. Okay. Your gut and logic need to work together. And never, 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 never let your emotion get in the middle of that. Okay. Because the goal isn't quick, intense decisions. Okay. That's not it. Because that's when you're working in a different place. You're working up here and you're not here. All right. So the decisions you need to feel are yours. Okay. And that's the thing. If you can make a decision and you feel that it's true to you, then you've made it from logic and from your gut. Now, how much logic you use versus how much gut you use, sometimes it's purely gut decision. Sometimes it's purely logical decision. Maybe you have all the logic backed up and then your gut's what tells you what to do. All these things are different for everybody. And that's why there's no specific framework to it. I'm just urging you to think outside of that space of urgency and think outside of the place of emotionally charged decisions. All right. Because the truth, when the truth leads, okay, we're calmer, we're more clear, and it feels right in the gut. Okay. It can even make you sick, really, because honestly, not all of the gut decisions, not all of them are easy. But they feel right. Okay. So calling reactive decisions decisiveness, that's going to get you into trouble. All right. Acting on imagined thoughts, anger, intensity, that's what I call proactive overreaction. Letting that urgency override the clarity is confusing good. It confuses feels good with feels right. And that's where I believe the subtlety lies. Okay. So the question is, are you making a decision based on what feels good or what feels right? Okay. Because don't forget, hard decisions don't come with clean answers.